Wow. You got anything good this week, for the listeners that are not going to be listening right now, but listening later on the podcast?
Put some sage dry on your steering wheels, folks. It's hard to keep your grip.
Lord of mercy.
You never know, that thing might just slip out of your hands.
Wonder who's going to get the old P1 position over here in the chat.
I thought you were going to say there was a race going on. I got excited.
No. Oh, Blake Melvin back in the old P1 position again. So let's go see if we're live over here. Make sure.
Oh, let me look at the comments, even though I probably shouldn't.
Yeah, we need to keep you out of the comments. You should be barred from the comments.
Well, you can't.
I mean, it's a terrible idea to have you in the comments. Jesus. All right, I think we're live everywhere. Got people starting to come on.
Oh, I got to turn the computer off. I'm getting some weird RGB.
That's a hell of a view there, buddy.
We're live.
Jesus. Scariest moment in the history of the podcast.
There's been way scarier moments, but okay.
Well, okay. Episode 50 had some way scarier moments, all right?
Potential nudity, almost.
There was some potential something, for sure. All right, let's get into it. All right, this is the Pit Chatter Podcast, episode number 78. Who in the hell ever thought we'd make it to episode 78? And I mean, you've been on like 70 of them probably.
I feel like I've been on more than that. I only missed like the first 5.
Well, yeah, and then you missed one here or there. I mean, one week, you just was a no-show. I had to get Junior on. I mean, you blame me for it, but,
You replaced me with Wesley Outland the one time. I was sick for that one. I remember that one.
Yeah, well, Dennis Hall hosted the show one time. You that was when you were sick after you fired yourself. I just listened back to that episode the other day. I actually went through and listened to a bunch of
Timmy
episodes
replaced me one time
from last year. Timmy did replace you one time. Yeah.
I got called out for work. I had to leave.
Oh yeah, you were there and then had to leave. Yeah. I
Back in the good old days when we were recording in person.
I know. We need to do that again. I mean, just because I'm not promoting Franklin County doesn't mean we can't set up in the tower and, do this.
Yeah, you can just hit Daddy up and ask him to let you borrow the tower for a minute. Yeah.
Are you referring to Whitey or are you referring to Timmy? I want to make sure.
Daddy Whitey.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. All right. All right. So my real dad, I got you.
Allegedly.
All right. Well, allegedly. I mean, yeah. All right. Blake Melvin said that episode 69 was a scary one too. So
there's been a lot of scary ones lately.
Thing was completely off the rails. So completely.
We went a while with.
I like your name there.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. AJ's Grip Butterfingers.
That's that could mean anything. That's not about any specific person.
Yeah, it's Bart Simpson related.
Yeah,
right?
It could mean anything.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. All right. Well, this is episode number 78, coming off of a rare weekend when both Ararat Bullring and Franklin County Raceway on Speedway Lane operated on the same day. That's the first this
time.
Year. It is. So, we had an interesting day, but we redeemed ourselves after the Dust Bowl 3000 previous week. So we redeemed ourselves after that. We had a damn near perfect track.
Well, that's good to hear.
Well, let me tell you, it didn't have anything to do with this guy. It had a lot to do with the crew that we have assembled there, Tommy Hawks primarily. he does a good job, does a lot of work there. He knew exactly how much water to put on there, and got that
So
done.
your regular crew's back, not the other guys that you threw under the bus?
Yeah, Trey Cooper was not on the. Oh, whoops! I didn't mean to say the name. Yeah, those people were not on the track prep crew.
You know, I've heard and I've seen a lot of comments of people saying even though it was dusty as hell, that track was fast.
Well, let me tell you. So Austin Willard said track was probably the best it's been all year. True, but now I will tell you this: when it was dusty, the surface was perfect. Okay, the amount of work that Josh Brown and Gary Nestor did the day before. Man, the surface itself was absolutely perfect. I mean, it was as smooth as you were going to get it. But, you know, you couldn't see it and you couldn't see your way around. You had to feel your way around the track. But, you know,
you don't drive with your eyes. You got to feel the road.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. My wife, Kimberly Austin, she's chiming in. She said she was so upset she had to miss FCR. She said, I don't like them racing on the same night. So,
well, that's the only time you got to deal with it.
Robert Austin chiming in here, and he says, dry, slick, dusty, best racing ever. Well, if the 2 last weeks have taught us anything, that is not true. The racing was 10 times better on Saturday than it. I think we had more passes for the lead Saturday, and we didn't have that many, but we had more passes for the lead Saturday than we had the entire season combined. So,
well, they could see again.
Yeah,
it was like a whole new world.
Yeah, dry slick works for some touring series, and other and it pays off other places. At Ararat, man, it seems like you got to have the track just right, and we had it just right the other night. It was great. Really, really proud of the work that the team put in, and man, we had a great night from an overall perspective. Mostly a calm night. The only things we didn't have calm was when I had to pick up the receiver radio and tell people what to do. So, and even Robert Austin chiming in here, he said that was more passes for the lead than he's seen started going in 07. So, I mean, there you go. Dry, slick, and dusty doesn't really work at Ararat. So, glad you could come to the dark side and admit that. So, had some good racing. Wasn't our best night of overall racing, but it was a good night of racing. Had eight cars in the Crown Vic division. Jamie Hopkins got his first win, so happy to see him do that. Brad Holt, who I believe won the last race. Yeah, he definitely won the last race. He was the only one that actually could drive during the last race. He did not have a good run at all. Justin Pruitt, who didn't have a good run the week before, had a good run going this week. Let's see. Pro Fours. Connor Keaton, driving the same car that he races at Bowman Gray, I believe, won the Pro 4 division this week over Danny Henning. Henning is he's struggling. He said that ever since this bounty come about, he just can't seem to get out of his own way. Which the bounty's not on now, but he just can't seem to get out of his own way with this deal now. So
people don't understand momentum is a very real thing.
It is.
It carries over week to week.
Yep, it does for sure. Tim Ingram, who last week said he was done after the last race, found a way to make it back. He borrowed a car from Shane Tuttle. Kudos to Shane Tuttle for allowing him to borrow his car. He showed up and at least got to run. I don't know where he finished at there. Let me go down here and just pull this up. He ended up getting a 7th place finish, so not what he was looking for out of the 9-car field, but one of those nights. Had with Raceway's Billy Klein in the field. He finished 3rd. Luke Golding was back in 4th, and Wayne Kendrick in 5th. Wayne Kendrick said he's been having a problem with his car. He can't seem to keep that thing going right. So, the modifieds had another good race. Dale Barneycastle, man, he made the bottom work. It was a good lot of moisture down on the bottom, and he made that thing work and drove off to the win. Randy Poff. I asked him how to say his name, and I still can't say it right. Randy Poff had a good run, ended up second. Let me grab the results here.
Unprepared.
Brandon Woodcock. Well, I'm in the results. You got to scroll here for about 3 days because they got to put qualifying and everything else on there. Brandon Woodcock, he didn't run that good last week, but he was on it this week. Qualified on the pole, ended up third. Ronnie Covey fourth, and J.R. Davis from with Raceway was fifth. Damian Sage made his first start and finished sixth. It was a good night. Stephen Padula, really good modified guy. He ended up 11th after it was all said and done, but he ran up in the top 3 or 4 there at one point. Stock 4, of course, Wes was off. Wes Givens was off at Natural Bridge in Shenandoah, so it was Austin Williams' night to play out front, and he didn't really have any competition there. So the With Raceway guys finished second, third, and fourth. That was Daniel Tate, Jacob Lauder, and Will Hotstetler. I about called him the name that's on the results here, which is dead wrong. Had a first lap crash that took out several cars. One of those being Dylan Knapp. Man, I tell you, that guy has had some terrible luck. He won the first race of the season, then got disqualified for his tires, and it's been all downhill from there. I mean, you would think that the disqualification was bad, but it's like steadily got worse.
Momentum.
Yeah, well, you're not wrong.
You killed his momentum first race of the year.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. For sure. Had Matt Worrell. He was in the field. He had a good car, but had some problems and didn't end up getting to finish there. In the late model division, man, it was all Kendall Tucker. He was up front showing. He showed up and showed out. That was his first start. He said that was the first time he'd been there in 8 years. I think there's been a lot of people that have been on the fence about coming over to Ararat, wanting to see how things go. And he definitely found out how they were, and it was good for him. So Trey Stamper ended up second. Dale Durham was third. Joey Johnson fourth, and Rob Favor was fifth. But I'm gonna tell you what, the show of the night went to Baby D, Dalton Jacobs. He put on a hell of a run. Got up there into second. Looked like he could have took away the lead at one point, but ended up, I think he had a hose blow off on the car or something, crashed him into the outside wall off of turn 2, ended his night. He ended up 10th. Still had 13 cars, man. That's been like our number. 13's the lowest number we've had all year. But man, we've had it 5 or 6 times. It's been great. I mean, I'll take 13 every week. I mean, to be honest with you, I told Kim last week, I said, 9 is really an optimal number for as chaotic and crazy as things are there. 9 would be an optimal number. So, I mean, you've watched those races before earlier this year. They're a little wild with all those cars out there.
Yeah. It's the bull ring. There ain't many places to go. You get that many cars out there now.
Yep, for sure.
Something's going to happen.
Now, you may or may not be a fan of this, and some people in the comments may or may not be a fan of this, but most fans are a fan of this. Man, we were done at 9:15.
Not a fan.
I mean, you couldn't listen. The Pepsis wouldn't even have got you buzzed by then.
If I lived in Mount Airy, I would love every minute of that. But if I'm driving from here 2 hours to get to Ararat, and it's over that quick, I'm not a fan. I want to make it an all-night event here.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you. Austin Williams chiming in about his win there. He said he stretched him out with his big motor and his rear steer. And I've had several calls about that. So
he likes stretching guys out.
Jesus.
They call him the stretcher.
Caleb Hall said that Austin Williams has a 2.4 bottom with a 2.2 top, confirmed. So
He only knows that from hanging around with Wes. He knows what to look for.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. Kimberly says that Will Hotstetler is a Hollister model. I don't know what that is, but okay.
It's Hollister. See, for skinny people unlike us, that's some clothes that they can wear.
Oh, is that a close?
We could never fit into anything they've ever made.
Yeah. Well, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, maybe if they made a hat, we could fit that. Maybe, right?
Maybe a hat.
Caleb Hall says being done at 9:15 is a wet dream, and it is for a lot of people. And I've had we've had a lot of good compliments from that. The fan base that comes there really appreciates that. Well, not this guy, but Robert Austin said not. He is not a fan of the 9:15 finish. Of course, he was at Franklin County and ended up at Ararat, so he probably didn't get to see a whole lot of the show. Nathan Vance, he brought his sister down, and he made it to both. He was at Franklin County and Ararat. He said the place was awesome. Of course, he'd been to Franklin County before, but he said that Ararat was awesome. His first experience there, and being done at 9:15 was just crazy. So,
yeah, crazy.
Robert Austin continuing to cry about it. So, let's see. I don't think anything. I don't know if anything else had happened really. In that,
I'm doing the podcast. Jesus Christ, what's with these people?
I don't even think I want to know. Holy smokes, man! This guy's done lost his mind over here. Oh man. Going back to that late model race, had a couple of guys that had some bad luck. Dylan Watson, he tangled with Brian Chrisman during the race, and I've got to say Brian Chrisman did an amazing job in that race, mostly staying out of the way and making laps. He's been getting better and better every week. He's one of those guys who's really struggled, to get his car running right, but he finally did that. Aaron Sewell, he didn't even get to start. Had some bad luck this week. Nathan Dallas didn't get to start. He misunderstood how the tire rule worked for qualifying in the race and just decided to load it up instead of starting dead last. And he had a good run the last time he was there. So Trey Stamper got another second place finish. That dude's due for a win. He's had 3 or 4 second place finishes now, or at least second place runs. I don't know if he's actually got to finish there, but he got him a good finish in that one. So, but I'm just excited that we redeemed ourselves from the Dust Bowl 3000, and we don't ever want to do that again. So,
hey, yeah, I would like to see it. Well, I guess I wouldn't have seen it.
What? I mean, you would have seen the dust because you'd have took a lot of it home with you. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, you would have seen that part. So
I took a lot home with me when the track was not dusty.
Well, then you're the only one. So every week I park my vehicle, not too far from the racetrack, and I rarely ever take any dust home. So. Wes Gibbons chiming in here. He said, I think Noah is upset because me and Austin Williams are not afraid to throw them over our shoulders and put on a show. Only show he puts on is destroying Timmy's bootlegger. Gosh, this guy will not let that go.
All you got to say is one thing about Wes, and he just you crashed one time 6 years ago.
He's got his son in here agreeing with him. So
I love how they pretend to be friends, but we all know they secretly hate each other.
Oh, they absolutely hate
But then
each
they
other.
pretend like they're buddies. It's
they do. They do, for sure. Kimberly chiming in, she said she was upset some of the regulars were missing in action this weekend. That's one of the things about Ararat is there's such a in and out, every race, it's like, some of the regulars will be missing and you'll think, all right, we're going to have short field this week. Nah, same. You know what I mean? we lose 2 and we pick up 3 and, somebody else falls out and, it's just funny how that works. So. Jesus Christ. Dale Steele chiming in. Dale, I'm going to tell you. So before I read his comment here, you can read it on the screen if you're watching, but oh Lord, Dale Steele come and helped us grade at last minute notice too. just jumped in his car and came over. He was about 30 minutes away and got there in about 30 minutes and got the grading done for us. But I'm gonna tell you, our grader doesn't have any brakes. So, in the words of Andrew Langford, it's a planning grader. Okay, you got to plan when you're going to stop because you need about 1,000 feet. Well, he forgot to plan, and the hill there as you go back into the pits from the staging area. Him and Peyton, which is Tommy Hawk's son, and he's trying to work on being my son-in-law right now. Anyways, he was riding with him. He decided, hey, I'm gonna ride with him to see how it is working the grader. Well, they took off down the hill and almost ended up in the tree line down there on the bottom. Okay, I thought they'd done rolled. I couldn't see them when they went down over the hill. I was like, oh my god. I'm thinking to myself, we done had 2 fatalities right here today at the track. This is not good weekend. Well, I'm pretty sure Dale Steele says, how is the guy that took a ride down the hill backwards on the motor grader? I feel like I owe him a pair of tidy whities, and you do, okay? Because I am 100% sure that those had some brown stains in them, okay? Oh my lord!
Dude,
I mean, mine about had them, and I wasn't even in there. Okay.
Once that thing starts going backwards, I'm hopping off. Whatever.
Listen, I got to give it to him. I mean, he stayed along for the ride, which was great. Great.
I ain't sticking around to see how that works out.
Oh my lord! I had to jump down to that comment, but got Terry Radford chiming in. He says he's ready to watch the 10K race. I'm glad you're finally going to make it. Jason Weber, he jumped in. He said, just joining in. Not sure if y'all know, but Fayetteville Motor Speedway is closing its doors. Yep, heard that. Actually had some guys come up and race with us since that has came out. So, hate to hear that, but it is what it is.
Bo that track soon
enough. Don't get that guy. Don't encourage his foolishness. Okay. Austin Williams said, I hate inside of race car Wes. Outside of race car ain't half bad. Okay. Caleb Hall said that Wes fired him from driving duties after Saturday's performance in the 14 camp. He probably should have, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. We'll go over all the races from Franklin County here in a second. They're having their little love-hate fest on here. I'm gonna go ahead and skip that. I'm done with that. And then here's this guy on the Miller Brothers Racing account.
Who's that
the
guy?
One and only Bo Miller. He called us fake asses, I guess, and he said when the money drops in November, the bullshit will stop between the lovebirds. Oh, he's talking about them. Okay, yeah, I got you. I didn't read the comment before, so yeah, okay. Yes, 100%. So, and then this guy, he made it to the show, and I'm gonna go ahead and share his comment because if I don't, he'll comment 42 more times and say, "Why are you ignoring me?" No, we're not letting him go.
It helps pump our numbers up.
All right, let's talk about the Smart Modified Tour. I mean, you probably weren't even there, were you?
I was there.
Oh,
I had the day off. I left right after the Smart Mod, so everybody thought I wasn't there. I was there. I was in the tower, drinking some buds, just having a good time.
Yeah. Well, old bad to the bone, Danny Bone got the job done. Got the win there. I believe that's his first win there since 2020. So
he won a race. They were saying he won something.
No. At Franklin County, I'm pretty sure it's his first win since 2020.
Oh, okay,
yeah. I don't know about Smart Tour. I don't know about any of that. But he got the victory. Luke Baldwin was second, Jake Crum third, Joey Braun fourth, and Ryan Newman fifth. 15 car field, which was good for the payout of the purse for the promoter. Anything you take away from that?
I just will say the first it was a 99 lap race. I'd say probably the first 75. It was a little lackluster. I mean it heated up there at the end, and I mean that last lap was nuts. I mean, Bone and Baldwin going into 4 or going into 3 on the last lap. I don't think Baldwin just said, "Screw it, I'm hitting the hell out of him." He never let off. I've never seen a car suck up on another car that fast in my life, and he gave him a hell of a shot. I don't know how Bone kept that thing underneath him, but
Yeah,
it ended up heating. It heated up there at the end, but I mean, I don't know. No wrecks. Didn't need any speedy dry, even though they brought a ton of it.
It's a good thing they brought it because y'all would have had 2 wet bags. So.
Yeah. Well, if we'd had the 2 wet bags, there would have been 87 wrecks and oil everywhere, and we wouldn't have had
it. Here's your good question. Bo Miller wants to know: can we get the Smart Tour to Oak Level in 2026? I mean,
all you gotta do is throw a little dirt down, and they get the closest finish in the tour history. So,
I mean, it'd be cool. Be cool to have them at Oak Level. Me and Chris Williams have joked about taking them to Ararat since the start of the year. So, I mean, it'd be badass. They tested modifieds at 311 one time. So, I mean, it could happen. I mean, it is possible.
I don't know what the would look like on a modified there.
Yeah,
that would be nuts.
That would be crazy. 602 mods. In the results, it says Evan Troll. That'd be Ethan Troll picking up the win. In the 602 mods over Devin Steele, Tanner Young, Brooklyn Newman, and Brian Weber, which looks like he had a DNF, not a DNS. So he had a DNF on the way home too. I seen he posted on Facebook that he was broke down around the Trump store. So
yeah,
he got 2 DNFs in one day.
Yeah, it was a bad for him.
I got to share this comment before I start talking about this, but Jaden Austin wants to know if we can get Alicia Lang on here to break down the mini stock race. She had some good takes on it. I don't know if you saw her comments in her video. And
I did.
That.
Yeah. Me and Timmy, we had to go to the wedding. We left right after the Smart Mods. Now we're going to Reiner, so we're going up over mountain. Don't have service for probably 25 minutes, 20 minutes. As soon as I got service back, I was turning flow on. And I said, Timmy, ain't this going to be some shit if we turn it on? They ain't even halfway yet. I'll be damned if it wasn't like lap 9 under yellow. And I was like, Jesus Christ. Everybody's hoods smashed in. Yeah, dude, it was nuts. I was sitting there through the wedding watching on my phone. It was, I mean, what a race. That's the mini stocks I was looking for on the big money race at the Petey Caldwell Memorial. That never happened.
Yeah, that never materialized. But man, I know you weren't there to interview him. Good thing. But Thomas Parmalee picking up the win in the mini stocks, which I did not realize. I think he said it'd been like 12 or 15 years or something since he won. I knew it had been a long time, but I had no idea that it had been that long since he won a race. And I was glad to see him. I sent him a text message right afterwards and told him congratulations. Good to see him get a victory finally.
I think he said it was that same car he annihilated a couple of years.
He did say that. He said that in the interview that was the same car that he hit West Golf head on after they had a late crash. He was the leader. He was going into turn 3 and he couldn't see coming off of turn 4. And West Golf was sitting there. The caution had been out. Well, caution had just happened right as he went past the light, so he didn't even know it and destroyed his car, but it happens. Gary Fitzgerald got a second place finish. Billy Andrews third. AJ Sanders rallied back from what Jaden wants Alicia Lang to describe, which was crash between him and Daniel Hudson. I guess Daniel was leading the race, and AJ was trying to get the lead. And well, as your name suggests, there he couldn't quite get a grip on the steering wheel.
Look, he did it twice. Okay, the first one, and Daniel Hudson said it. I give you the first one. The caution came out. It was out for a pretty good while. Just putting that out there.
Yeah.
I guess Daniel checked up. He did not. Spun them, whatever. They got their spot back because it was already under caution. I mean, everybody saw what I saw. They saw the clip that she put out there. I don't even know what to say. Look, I lost grip of the steering wheel. It jerked it out of my hand. That is a new one I've never heard before. That sounds like one of those old my throttle hung excuses.
That's a Wes Gibbons excuse right there for sure.
That's honestly, that's even worse than my throttle hung. I mean, he got loose, straightened the car up, drove another 6 foot, and then I mean, you lose the wheel on the straightaway. What happened out there?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
I'm
crazy.
I'm with you.
Bring a little bit of that stadium drama to Franklin County, I guess. I don't know.
Here's you. Here's you a good question. I can't. Hold on. I'm gonna make sure I'm not messing something. Who did win the Outlaw 4 race at Franklin County Saturday?
Well, since there wasn't one, I'll just go ahead and say Hinchee Motorsports came home with the victory.
Well, I mean, according to Wes Givens, Josh Brown won it.
Well, I mean, that was potentially an Outlaw 4 car over there, in the race. There was some drama about that.
Yeah.
Or so I hear.
Yeah.
We're over here trying to have a good time at a wedding to eat some snacks. Timmy's on the phone with 12 different people trying to put a fire out.
Well, so Josh Brown got the victory in the Stock 4 race with, I guess, the same car that he's been running in Outlaw 4. Is that?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I imagine Caleb Hall was none too quiet. I mean, he's never been quiet in his life. I don't know why it would be then, but
he'd been yelling if he won.
I mean, you're not wrong. So,
who got third, Langley? Read that name off.
Good old Jackie Hinchee. I mean, I'm assuming that's Jacob Hinchee. I really don't know.
Jackie Hinchee. Not even Hinchee. It's crazy. I don't know what to say for the names this past weekend, but
yeah. I assume Wes Givens here in the comments. He's talking about AJ. Maybe he said, "Give the man a break. That car has a Pinko nose on it." I don't know what that is. Maybe
is he speaking Spanish? I don't know what's
I have no freaking idea. Alicia Lang says he doomed. She mean doored. He doored Daniel in 1 and 2 and apparently lost his wheel. I'd use that excuse too if I wanted everyone to think I still wasn't a dirty driver. And of course, Doodle's going to jump in on that conversation as well. He says cars are set up to the left. If you let off the wheel, they don't turn to the right on their own, even if you let off the wheel. So.
Well, I will say maybe all these mini stock guys should get some setup tips from old AJ, because if the wheel got jerked out of his hand, the car got loose and it saved itself, which is pretty, fantastic. So maybe y'all should get some tips from him on how to set your car up to where it straightens itself back up, drives 5 feet, and then jerks to the right.
Right. I mean, it happens, I guess. Wes Givens said cut spring 7-inch racing wheels, not including if the motor was touched for Outlaw. Talking about Josh Brown's car. Sounds legal-ish. Caleb Hall said there was no drama. All we asked if the cut springs and 7-inch wheels were allowed. The excuse was race wasn't for points, so I got my stuff and left.
Lord have mercy.
Chris Shepard said him and the 78 had a great battle for last. So
sounds about
right. Josh Brown said an air filter and some plastic skirts don't make a car an Outlaw car.
Technically, the filter does. I'm pretty sure it says stock, airbox, and filter only.
Yeah, here's a good one for you.
Love you,
Nathan Vance said, "I love you, Daddy." I mean Noah.
Love you too.
Oh Lord. Let me go back up here. I seen a couple of things I wanted to get to here. One here, Chris Shepard said, so do we have a schedule on Oak Level yet, or do we know when there's going to be an open practice? I suspect that there'll be an open practice sometime in the first 2 weekends of November. if it's up to Bo Miller, we're having it tomorrow evening at 5 p.m. because he likes to move at warp speed on everything. So there's that. Speaking of Bo Miller, he jumped in the comments and said the Dirt guys ripping it up on asphalt last week. Did you see any of that? Ultra Broadcasting, of course, had the Anderson Dirt Invasion, Southern All Stars Series, 12,000 to win. There wasn't many cars, but boy, it was cool looking.
Yeah, I did. I didn't see any of the races itself, but I saw some clips of the late models out there.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, it was
it's
really
weird
cool.
to see. Like,
yeah. Like the mini stocks that they had, I guess they were monster mini stock rules. They have Hoosier 1600 tires, which are not designed for asphalt, and they were really struggling. So the guy who ended up winning it had to work for it. Anthony Heron said some asphalt track just had dirt late models running this weekend. Why not have asphalt modifieds at Oak Level? Listen, we're here for that. We are here for that.
Good luck convincing them. I don't know how they do it. Convincing the dirt guys to come over. Because most dirt guys, they're kind of like the South Boston boys. Asphalt, I don't do
that. Yeah, I mean, okay. Here you go. Here's your question. Allison Overton said, has anyone heard the rumor that Franklin County is going to run more races this year?
I've heard lots of rumors.
Like what? Give us one good one.
Well, hell, I heard Bo already owns the place, so
yeah.
Ask Bo.
Yeah. Chris Shepard said, I heard, but don't think it's true. And then there's this idiot. Caleb Hall said, ask Langley. He's apparently the one who was running the race. I mean, anything's possible. I mean, I'm not ruling out anything there, but that's nothing that I know of. John Campbell said there was almost a fight after that race in Stock 4. I hadn't heard about that, so
I wasn't there.
Peyton Ramsey. Here's a question I assume is for you. How many times do you have to protest before a protest is accepted?
7.
He must have only did it 6.
Sorry. From what I understand, the time wasn't met anyway.
Okay. Yeah. So you mean the time had elapsed where the protest could be filed? Is that what you're saying?
That was my understanding. Was that it was way after the checker flag. But then again, that's my understanding. I wasn't there. I was drinking some buds, getting jiggy with it on the dance floor. So I don't know.
Gotcha. Alicia Lang jumped in here. She's talking about the mini stock thing with AJ Sanders again. She said, I'd be embarrassed to use that excuse if I'd been racing that long. The video clearly shows AJ going to the right, just like his son tried to do to last points race, but he hasn't mastered his daddy's skills yet. There's no love lost there between these guys. So
Doodle probably deserved it. After all, he has been trying to wreck children out
here. I mean, that did happen. Wes Given said stock appearing-ish. And Josh Brown said motor 100, stock, and wheels have been approved because I run 15s. So there's that.
I don't see what all the griping was about anyway.
Jimmy Ray in the comments here said, can't wait to see the 2 late model classes at Natural Bridge this Saturday finally. I thought they had all 3 of them there this weekend. Late models, 604 late models, and 602 late models. So
I think they did.
Chris Shepard said tomorrow at 5 p.m. Yes. I mean, maybe. No, I don't know. I don't know. Nope. Here's the answer. It's come right behind you. Miller's Brothers Racing, Bo Miller. He says no sheep's feet.
What does that mean?
God. It's a tool you use on dirt, and currently his is broken, and he's upset about it. Okay.
Oh, sheep's feet.
Anthony Heron said they ran on dirt at FCR.
That is true.
Stock 4's got that privilege. I'm not sure what the is about. Maybe about your comment about him owning the place already. Caleb Hall. wants to know who was trying to fight. So John Campbell will have to see into the future to let us know.
Who won?
Yeah. Caleb Hall was probably trying to fight himself for sucking. That's the only explanation Wesley gives. Josh Brown said, and if my car is considered an outlaw car, why don't the times show outlaw times? Not a damn thing gets said about the cars that run faster times than I did.
I can attest to that. Trust me, plenty of things get said about those other cars. I'm the one saying them all.
Yeah. Dale Steele said it's, I'm assuming he's saying, oh no, he said, got to have some more 602 mods. I got to have some relief. Of course, Devin Steele, that's his grandson. He was finished second in the race there. So Doodle didn't appreciate your comment.
Sorry.
Here we go. Caleb Hall said, "Are you supposed to protest in the middle of the race?" I wasn't mad at Josh. Hell, if they allow it, then more power to him. But tell me it doesn't matter because to tell me it doesn't matter because it wasn't for points is sad.
Maybe
Robert
if you've
Asbury
been a
said stock 4
person
cars
throughout the year,
fastest
they might
laps
allow it.
was slower. I mean, you make some valid points there. Robert Asbury says the stock 4 cars, the fastest laps was slower than Caleb ran before. That new 2.2 didn't have that horsepower. He was faster before the blow up. Josh Brown never ran teens, 20s, or 30s, so the stock car must be true. Outlaw 4, Josh went wrong way.
I about to have a stroke every time I try to read something Chad wrote.
I mean, Bo Miller talking about his sheep's foot. He said he threw that bitch in the woods.
His goat foot.
So, I mean, if you need a sheep's foot, there's where one's at. It's sitting in the woods. Just go pick it up. So, Wes Givens said the cars that have run faster times have been through tech several times this year and never got DQ'd for a part.
No comment.
Come on, man.
Yeah, no, I got to figure out what the future of next year is before, and then I'll really open it up and just say what I want to.
Robert Asbury said Wes Givens just saying cars with more don't always run faster. Him and Caleb was close on times. 14 cars slowed down from previous is all. Sorry, Bo. I figured, if it's sitting there, you're going to throw it in the woods. They might as well pick it up. I mean, they'll leave a $20 bill there, give you scrap money, and move on down the road. So
I'm sure the neighbor already grabbed it.
I mean, I'm sure the meth heads on Meth Lab Lane will pick everything up anyway. So
Meth Lab Lane.
That's an inside joke. I mean, it's not funny to him, but Oh man. Ruben Alt is chiming in about the AJ Sanders and Daniel Hudson thing. He said, from where I was sitting on the backstretch, AJ doored Daniel. Then coming off turn 2, the car got loose. He turned right a little to save it and got into Daniel. I didn't see it as intentional. Just from where I was sitting, it looked that way. I like both drivers. So there we go.
Yeah, well, just spinning them, right before that under caution just made it look that much worse. That's one of the main issues here. Seemed like maybe that was his goal all along. I don't know how Bowman Gray works, if they let him keep their spot, if they just dump somebody or what. I don't know.
Yeah. Chris Shepard said, do we know if I'm allowed to run a stock 4 in Outlaw and stock 4? Because next season I might run Outlaw and stock 4 if allowed. I mean, Noah just told you a minute ago that he has no idea what's happening for next year.
Well, I can answer this beforehand if it does happen. You can't run the same car in both on the same night.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to alternate them, that's fine, but you better, outlaw it. But the same night, you can't run them both.
Yeah. Nathan Vance said, y'all got crack rocks down there too. Yep. All over. And Bo Miller said, nope, I love our neighbors. Your neighbors, your current neighbors are great, but, maybe past ones, maybe not so much. So
I got to get some info on whatever this inside. This inside.
just Google. Just go to Google and Google Raceway Lane, Henry County. Just that's all you got to do. Just go Google that.
Don't mind if I do.
Oh my God. Josh Brown said the things the faster cars are doing won't get called by the tech man just because, but if someone put up the money, they would be determined illegal. Bo Miller's all worried about his goat foot now. I mean, he's calling it goat foot. I mean, Lord of mercy.
The name goat foot, man.
Kevin Litton Jr. wants to know, what did I miss? Well, the first 45 minutes of the show, bud. That's what you missed.
You don't miss everything. He don't win any ball. I ain't seen him in a while.
Yeah, well, I mean, neither is anybody else. So, hey, let's run through a little bit of Natural Bridge this past weekend. Late model feature. Old Larry Ramsey, who I don't believe's won in a while, picked up the victory over Joey Level and Justin Williams. 604, Ronnie Martin Jr. got the win over Justin Williams and Jack Brown. And I'm going to tell you, anybody who wins over Justin Williams in anything has done a good job. So, Pure Stock, Aiden Mead picked up the win. Rookies, Brianna Link won. And in the Stock 4, Wesley Givens picking up the victory over Gary Smith, John Birch, Justin Groom, and Caleb Gibson. Had a good 7-car field there. So, one of their best fields of the year, I believe, for that class.
Yeah, they've been struggling. Especially since, Austin Williams, wanted it so bad and then abandoned them.
Kevin Litton said, hey, I've been working on my car. Well, I mean, we're proud of you because we didn't know that you did that. So
thank God. Make sure you weld the cage in. You can't just set her in there.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got. I talked about the Oak Level Division announcement a little bit there.
I'm saying
earlier. I said we were going to. That we did not do what?
Minivans. I really wanted to. I want to see a minivan division, man. Dude, it'd be so awesome, and they're cheap as hell. Look at all the room they got for sponsorship. I mean, come on.
I mean, okay. Well, let me tell you, you're not the only one disappointed in the divisions. I mean, we announced 8 divisions, which is about 7 too many. And man, the comments were stupid. I mean, off the chain stupid. To quote Brian Rousey, you can't make anybody happy, okay? I mean, he said in a live a while back, he said, the problem is, he said, if you open a strip club, he said, the problem is the titties are going to be too big. And then the other guy's going to say the titties are too small. And, my steak, was cooked perfectly, and I don't appreciate that. And the next guy's going to say my steak is overcooked. I mean, you can't win, man. I mean, if they can't appreciate the titties, they're never going to appreciate the divisions. That's all I'm saying.
I don't understand what the big fuss is about, because it's something I've always admired about dirt more than asphalt is they, rules are different from track to track, but for the most part, they're very similar, and everybody runs close to the same thing. And Oak Level will be running a very standard division lineup, and everybody's upset about it. I don't get it.
Well, I mean, I understand. The people on there talking about pure stocks and street stocks, I understand their way of thinking, but they're going to fit into the vintage division. Do they want to be called vintage? No, because they're old, and so's the cars. I mean, I get it. It's not 19. It's not 1995 anymore. I'm sorry. It's just that's where we're at. It's just not. So it is what it is. Peyton Ramsey. I can't believe there isn't a front wheel drive at Oak Level. Yeah, that was part of the comments too. I mean, got Hornets. Oh, well, what happened to Stock 4? Well, we're changing the name just because on dirt, the Stock 4 name is kind of confusing to people in the Carolinas specifically because they are, rear wheel drive mini stocks. So we had to make a little bit of a change there. So
I will discourage Bo, and I guess you, because you were probably part of the decision making for the lack of creativity in the name, as you and me were talking about. If I ever run a track, screw Stock 4, we're calling them the Bang Bangers.
and we're going to get sued by Weaver Valley.
Weaver stocks.
Weaver stocks. I think we just have to have the propane division. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we should have put that whole thing out and been like we were serious and just listed off all the divisions that Weaver Valley has and just put that up there and just left it.
There you go.
It would have been great.
The Bang Bangers, the propane division. Let's rename the vintage to Geezers since they're so upset.
Oh God. Cameron Ruggles says I'm heavily considering building a Vic and going dirt next year. I mean, I think that's a great suggestion.
We can call Crown Vics the Wee Woos.
Wee Woos.
I mean, let's have a little creativity here.
You're a certified idiot.
Tell me that would be like 10,000 Wee Woos.
Yeah. Bo Miller said, "Can we ban Wes already?" Holy crap! You know how many people would love you if you did that, but you can't do that because you're already a sponsor on his car, so you can't do that. So
he's been on the call with or on the phone with what is it, Virginia's Motor Speedway.
yeah, they've already been telling him how that was.
They said, "Hell on YouTube, boys. Get this guy out of
here." Austin Willard chiming in. He's run Renegades with us and ran vintage cars with us, and he said had more vintage cars on one night than 4 tries at Renegades. 100% true, and it cost me a lot less money. So yes, I'm very, very appreciative of that. And Robbie Young chiming in with exactly what I said. Can't ban Wes. Bo Miller is sponsoring him. Remember, Langley? Yes, I remember. Peyton Ramsey says Crown Vic is like the new Pure. It is. It's 100%, but it's the same cars and the same motors, and the driver really stands out. I think it's great. Jacob Gerald jumping in. Wee woos with sirens and lights.
There you go. Maybe not sirens. That might get a little annoying.
No, that'd be great, man. That'd be great. Sharon Kirby said maybe you'll see more of me in the mountains in 2026. That'd be great. Let's see. Did I miss any comments? No, not yet. But let's see. What else? Did you see my photo on Facebook today?
Which one?
I only posted one photo on Facebook today.
Well, then, no, I didn't. I was just saying which one so you'd explain. But you ruined that.
It was a picture of Bo Miller and Satch Worley. Well, and Junior. Junior, every time I went to take a photo, here he comes darting in and out and around. He, went and took a tour of the old log cabin speedway today. Very, very interesting. And people are going to find this crazy because I've lived here my whole life. Of course, I was 3 years old when it shut down, but I've lived here my whole life. And could have went there many times, and I never have. I never made it there. Dude, that place is incredible. I mean, it was built state of the art for its time. The concrete walls, the fencing that they used, the grandstands, the buildings, the lights, everything there was built amazingly. I tell people all the time that, when I go to certain racetracks, when I go to drive in, like my heart beats a little faster and I can feel something magical there. I get it every time I go to Franklin County. And I get it when I go to Ararat. Kingsport Speedway is one of them. Southside Speedway, Tri County. I don't know about now, but used to be. Beckley Motor Speedway, Tyler County Speedway. There's just that feeling there. You know what I mean? It does something to you, dude. Me and Junior, so nobody else was there. Me and Junior drove in. We drove on the track. We drove around, and as we come by this tree that had fallen down, we had to go high and come in turn 2 right there. And dude, when I could see it was open a little bit right there, and man, the view of the wall and the fence and the way the racetrack. I'm telling you, man, that was the most amazing. That was the most amazing thing I've experienced this week. So it was awesome.
Hey, when Bo goes to some of these tracks, he feels something magical too. It's his damn wallet jumping around
yeah,
back
yeah.
pocket.
He gets a little on the spectrum when he goes. I mean, there's no doubt about that. So
That checkbook starts getting a little fidgety in his pocket
yeah,
there.
yeah, for sure, for sure. He said, Bo says that was the holy grail log cabin, and I have to agree, we've talked about it a bunch over the last couple of months, and I've been very against the idea of that, and I still am to a degree, because I don't think that it's a place that you can operate very often. I think it's a special events place, you know, but it is amazing. And log cabin, I could just, I literally, so when we were sitting there for just a second and Junior shut up for, half a second, I literally could hear the PA as they had their NDRA race in 1985. I could hear it. I could feel the cars. I could see them. That place is special, man. I'm gonna tell you, that place is absolutely special. Absolutely.
If it was me, I'd till it up and I'd plant some corn because that's all dirt's good for.
Yeah. Well, you're an idiot.
Maybe sell it to Coparts or something.
Yeah, you're an idiot. All right. Back over in the comments here, Peyton Ramsey says rules in the next couple of weeks. I would say sooner than that for the most part. There may be a division or two that may take us a little longer than that. We're trying to iron some things out about the late models. The what's going to be the steel block 525, 604 based rules. Ironing a couple things out there. Stock fours, which is now Hornets. Bang bangers, whatever you want to call them. CHA rules. Full CHA rules for 2026. No amendments, nothing different. Full rules. So check those out.
Is that going to be the same for Ararat too, or are you going to keep your slightly
that will
off?
be the exact same thing for Ararat. So, and any other track we operate. So, who knows? I mean, according to you, he already owns Franklin County. So,
He already owns Franklin County. I think Bo was touring Daytona the other day. He's looking at that one too.
Yeah.
Glad to know you were listening.
Oh, I'm hearing you. Okay, I'm reading through the comments. So while we were there, he's telling us about 30,000 to win, in the NDRA race, and Bo mentions $100,000 purse. It was 95. So $30,000 in 1985 is equivalent to $95,000 today. So incredible deal there. Robert Austin says that was Donnie Moran's biggest win until he won Eldora. And of course, he won the Eldora Million. I don't even know what this is about. It's hell has officially frozen over. Lauren Yoder from Yoder's Custom Meat Processing. He agrees with you now, and I'm not really sure.
No, now that our season's over, he likes.
Oh,
me.
is that what it is?
He doesn't like me when it gets race season, but in the off season, he doesn't mind
me. Dale Steele chiming in. He said, "Great, I saw that." He's talking about log cabin. He used to talk to Satch every night, and went with him to crank that generator and going to the tunnel. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. This guy right here. Bo Miller chiming in about race tires on the Pro 4. I personally think it's a terrible idea. The difference in cost for the racer is going to be exponential. DOT tires hasn't hurt anybody. And I don't mind being the bad guy in that. So
You got typo of the year.
Jesus, shut. Jaden Austin said, "Do I get debut of the year award at the banquet?" And he's talking about for Ararat. Yeah, that would be the debut performance of the year right there. Just sailing her off and sailing her on into the wall. So, Josh Brown chiming in. He says 311, Franklin, Oak Level, and Ararat. I got no comment on any of those. This is your ignorance here. Bo Miller says, but that race had $100,000 purse total.
Oh, snatch whirly. Oh, God.
Oh, my God. Oh, man. We got to move on.
I don't know why it got me so much.
Oh, man. Scott Farrington chimed in. He said, leave it DOT, can spend the extra money on the car, but whatever the tire, we will support it. Just be glad to be racing. And that's that's the way to do it for sure. Oh, man. Oh, God. Blake Melvin. Blake Melvin said 311 has junk rotting away. Went by on Saturday. Yeah, we seen that you went by there on Saturday, but didn't make your way to Ararat. So Emily Co wants to know if Noah's going to be okay. I'm not sure that he is.
I'm sorry.
And Chris Shepard chimes in with the proper comment here. Noah will never be okay.
I'm sorry. I will never hear his name the same ever again.
Bo Miller said he could have just ignored it. Jesus Christ. Oh, my God.
We're going to tell him you said that. He ain't helping your ass ever again.
Wow. Hold on. Just to so he did go back and fix it. All right. Lord Jesus. All right. Was there anything else we needed to talk about here? Holy smokes.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Hey, we added a couple of races to Ararat. So we got October 11th and October 25th. Looking to do some more races, possibly. So we'll see what happens there. Lord have mercy. Oh, Christina Maggard. Yes, we are. Sorry. And Bo Miller hates us both. So it's all right. I was already on the hate list. So you just joined me. That's all I can say.
Oh, God. There weren't my job at Oak Level next year.
And there was never any job at Oak Level. Let's just be clear here.
Damn it.
Gosh. John Campbell said, are you doing the Pit Chatter podcast during the offseason? John, why don't you know? Okay. You are a fortune teller. You see into the future. Can you only see a week at a time? Is that what the problem is?
Who's our next guest?
Who will be the next guest here? Listen,
maybe it'll be on Snatch Word.
You're an idiot. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus. All right, listen. So no racing at Franklin County or Ararat this week. But we do have a big race at Martinsville Speedway this weekend. The big Valley Star Credit Union 300 this weekend. They got 78 entries currently. Satch Worley is not one of them, so scratch that off your list. Noah, I already know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask it anyways. Are you? Somebody ban Bo from the comment section here. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win at Martinsville this weekend?
Oh, I don't know. If I had to be like legit and honest about it, probably a junior car. I don't even know who's driving this cars at this point.
That'd be Connor Hall.
You know, I'd love to see, you know, either Kyle Dudley or Mike Looney do it, you know.
John Campbell said to quit being a horse's ass. Okay, just for the record. And Bo is never coming back on here, according to Robbie Young. Oh my God. Blake Melvin wants to know, and maybe this is a good idea. He wants to know how much we're going to charge to get on the podcast this winter. I mean, Noah gets 10%, so whatever it is.
10%?
Yeah.
I'm responsible for like 80% of our viewership. They don't come.
Did you say 8%? Yeah, I believe that. So that's about right.
80.
No, I believe it. Chris Shepard said, think it would be a good opportunity to have guests, and it's a much less of a slip up than most. And track owners on the show and just stuff like that during the off season, so the podcast can rain on. Oh, yeah, definitely. I think so.
Y'all are acting like this is our first off season with doing the podcast. We have a whole winter's worth of stuff.
Yeah, and just because the raceway on Speedway Lane is done doesn't mean racing season is done. Racing season is months away from being done. So, let's see. Austin Willer wants to know practice at Ararat Friday. That is the plan as of today. So, Tom Pagan's jumping in. He said that Lee Pulliam's going to win this weekend at Martinsville. Bo Miller thinks that Jimmy Mullins is going to win this weekend. Josh Phillips. Not Josh Phillips. Ooh, same thing. Josh Phillips, Josh Brown. What the hell's the difference at this point? Josh Brown said Jimmy Mullins for the win with the college car. So got a few picks coming in there. Man, you know, any of the local guys, you know, Kyle Dudley, Jimmy Mullins, Mike Looney, whoever else is entered, I don't even know. They would be great to see get the victory. You know, I'm a homer now, so I just like to see local people. I mean, if anybody's from Ararat, Virginia, I'd like to see them win too. So, you know.
I feel like Kyle's due, man.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's put himself in the mix there. Never toward the end of the race, but maybe this year's the year. So
he's due.
He is for sure. So Sharon Kirby picking Chase Johnson. This clown. Good thing there's not pictures on here because he's in the sauna at 181 degrees, and he loves us apparently now. So
a little sweaty.
Christina Maggard said, "Old King Kyle going to get the win this weekend."
King Kyle.
Yep. I mean, that'd be great. Anybody local, that'd be fantastic. All right, let's wrap up episode 78 of the Pit Chatter podcast. And we didn't do it at the beginning of the show. Heck, I might not even be getting paid anymore. Actually, I don't even remember getting paid. But Yoder's Custom Meat Processing presenting the show, and you know what they say, Noah?
Can't beat that meat.
That's right. We're going to end it on this comment right here. Alicia Lang said, "I just hope every driver at Martinsville keeps a tight grip on their steering wheels.
No butterfingers.
No butterfingers." So I said I was going to end it, but I'm going to get John Campbell in here. Says he sees the future. Carson Lofton, victory this weekend. It's done. It's over with. And so is this show. Y'all have a good night.